Page 81, Aria from the Marriage of Figaro. It's the theme of it from Mozart, a very famous theme. On the previous page, they covered the primary chords for the key of E flat major. You need to know those. The 1 chord, 4 chord, 5/7 chord. Just learn them. I don't have a lot of help for you there, but you're going to get them a lot. It's common time pickup beat coming in on beat 4, and you have this dotted rhythm. 1 E-enda, 2 E-enda, so it's 4 E-enda. 4 E-enda, 1 E-enda, 2 E-enda. I'm too lazy for that. I just go 1 and 2 and I make that 16th note a short note. 4 and 1 and 2 and. Just don't turn them into triplets. Da-da. They're not triplets. The 16th note's got to be short. Keep it crisp. Their fingering is fine. Just keep in mind all the black notes you've got. Second line into the first measure. Watch this. Up. All it is a 1 chord and it's inversions. That's all. So third line down here, second measure, 1 and 2 and 2 and 2 E-enda. Then you got this 1 chord again, it's inversions. And then you do that some more. Left hand, keep it soft. It's mostly broken chords. I do this 4 here. You can do this here if you want. How you finger it is up to you and your fingers. The fingering in the book is fine if you can do it. The 5/7 chord. Hey. Second line, you got this 1 chord inversions with the right hand. So just work on it. Come up some more. It takes a little practice to get it, but you'll get it. Hang in there and keep at it. You'll get it. Third line down. Then you got to come up here to this position. E flat, F, G. You should know those notes. Then come down again. So you got to go from here to here to here. The right hand isn't moving around so much, so you can concentrate more on the left hand here. Put the hands together. So they're playing the same notes. So hopefully that'll help a little bit. Go on. They're right here together. They're a major third apart. Here, all of these. That's a minor third, major third. Isn't that interesting? No? Okay. Go on. So forth. There's not really any articulation. Get to know the piece and go listen to an orchestra play it. You can find out. I tend to keep this kind of bouncy until you get to the chord. Then you got slurs marked. But otherwise, I'd keep it kind of bouncy. In the left hand, I just kind of bounce along. The right hand, you can play it more legato. And then here, it's to lift up, lift up. The accents are there. I don't know that you need accents with loud. Just play it loud. Same with the last ending here. Make sure the last chord has more emphasis on it than the previous. People will put emphasis on the short note. That's a jazz thing. If you play jazz, you want to interpret, that's fine. But this isn't jazz, so put emphasis on the last note. Here, to here is what we want. Speed-wise, you'll hear this in a lot of different speeds. This says andante maestoso. Andante is kind of a leisurely pace. Maestoso is majestic. Doesn't mean the piece is majestic necessarily, but in that way. Dynamic-wise, sort of loud, right hand. Keep the left hand soft. You get to the second line. This part is loud, and that's both hands here. That's loud, soft. That's soft. Both hands, and then loud. Both hands. Soft. The left hand's very soft. We want to hear the right hand. The left hand can play louder, but keep it under the right hand. And then the chords at the end, play them all the same. Both hands. That's my impression of this piece. Other people would interpret it differently and tell you different things. That's how I feel it. I'd like to play it with you slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, but we will do the repeat. So I'll give us 3 counts because we come in on beat 4. You may have to practice this a while to get it up to this speed. That's okay. Or play it one hand at a time if you need to. That works too. 1 and ready and go. E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a. And 4 and. And 4 and. And 2 and.